won't fit into that. No, this is a play that we're playing. This isn't the limit, not the 100th part of ourself, our greater self. So let's realize our own duality even above 3D. So, on the one hand, we're the whole, the all, the divinity. On the other hand, we're incarnate, rather like the Christed one came to demonstrate, both God and man. Light beings have retrograded often enough to come back and incarnate, to show us light and the path. Others have entered this high state through the usual way, by working up through their lifetimes. So don't be surprised to find out that Jesus had other lives. Remember, my friends, we've a lot of BS to clear up. Don't have any sacred cows. That's the best way to be open. Just let all the facts that you know be held lightly. They're just mental things anyway. Do you see that? Whatever is simply is, and it doesn't matter what we think or we say. It is what it is, still reigns. It's called truth, you know. My thing is to be so fully in love with truth, to be in full reverence before her, that no fact can stand in her presence. I'll surrender any and everything if they get in the way of her light. The barometer for that I find in my heart. So, moving on once again, we have this interior divinity, which we uncover step by step, stage by stage, even though there is no time as we know it. Stay in heart with me here. Don't go off into mind. Mind cannot do this, my friends, can't take this journey with us. So we are indeed divinity incarnate. We're uncovering that. As we do so, we rise up into higher and higher densities and dimensions. This is the natural path of the light to move on to perfection. That is our inner drive. You're well acquainted with that, with the desire to serve. That's inner divinity at its finest. Okay, I'm at a stopping point. I've gone as far as my vision goes. I'll tell you that Alex Collier reports that the Andromedans have an interesting suspicion about us, about mankind. There's this race of the most ancient beings that lived. Nothing remains in cosmic history. And remember, the Andromedans and other light beings retain their real history. They didn't have it wiped and smeared out like we did. So, even so, there is only the merest legend left of these original creator beings. They're called the Taal. Call them anything, it doesn't matter. They were 11th density beings. They're said to have created the rest. No, I don't know how that works. Just that they lived way up high, so to speak. These were the game masters, the creators of the ultimate game, the cosmos, the hologram, all life. Okay, and part of the game they played was the creation of the universes. The story is that if a universe went off track, and there are many different kinds of universes, not all of them are even free will universes. There's variety unimaginable to mind. So, if a universe went off track, it might not complete as it was designed to, and then much would have been a waste. The beings in that universe would not rise up in the dimensions. The further story is that part of their game was to enter into their own creation. They would create the various levels, the worlds, so to speak, then incarnate into them, while still retaining the powers as creators. Thus, they both create and participate in their creation. Quite the divine game, wouldn't you say? Okay, at any rate, supposedly this one universe, our own, looked on the path to destruction. So they entered down in, retrograded all the way down so they could bring it back up from the bottom. Now, are you ready? This might supposedly be us. Let that sink in a bit. I've got chills all over the place. You know how we're looked at for our wonderful genetics. Our emotional range is largely unknown in the other light beings. Well, what beings could incarnate into these forms, my friends? Bears pondering. But remember humility always. It is what it is, and it doesn't need any defense. What is the truth of it? Never a need to be puffed up. It's not our outer consciousness anyway who would be that. It's the higher self, the divine. Yes, literally divine. We've just got to remember this higher self, my friends. The time is here and almost past when we've got to take back this memory. So, have no fear. But listen to me when I tell you, you're God. Now that's with a little g. You're not the ultimate God, the prime creator, the all that is, but you're divinity incarnate all the same. You're the I am that I am. This you are in full truth. It's time to own that, my friends. I'll close with a link to Little Grandmother's work, where Keisha Crowther also shares this wisdom teaching. Let's step up to our divinity, our inner divinity, my friends. Let's throw off all this cluttering stuff. It's not the realm of the mind where you'll find your real self. Time to migrate to heart. Enter the kingdom of heart with me, please. Time to take up your throne. Just cast the darkness away. Be patient with yourself as you make this trek. Have faith in heart. You'll find divinity within. Yes, I know some are surprised that it's yours. Well, get used to the idea, my friends. Make room for it. Go find self in heart. The truth awaits for you there. If it's true, it will stand. Just be at peace with that. If it's not true, it will fall. Have no fear to explore. There is no vengeful, punishing God watching over you. That was Jehovah. Those were the games the E.T. gods played with our ancestors. They've got nothing on us. Maybe we're the Taal, maybe we're not. One thing's sure, though, divinity we are.